Creating spreadsheets. In this video, you will learn how to use a spreadsheet to make working with numbers easier. The video will show you how to enter text and numbers to record information and make a home budget. Being able to create spreadsheets using programs like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets is a good way to save time when using numbers. It can also stop you making mistakes when doing sums. Getting started with spreadsheets. Sometimes you may have numbers you want to keep track of. For example, the money you spend, or recording information for a job. Using a spreadsheet can help you to organise different information. They can also do calculations for you, saving from you having to work out things for yourself. Meet JC. She's recently got a new job and has just started being paid monthly. In her last job, JC was paid weekly, so she'd like to set something up to help her manage her money. JC's worried if she tries to do this by hand, she might make a mistake, and she doesn't think she's very good at maths. If JC created a budget on a spreadsheet, it could do the maths for her. Then, if her income changes, she can use the same spreadsheet without having to start from the beginning. JC's computer doesn't have a spreadsheet program on it. Her online email account also has online office programs, so she's going to use one of those. To open an online spreadsheet program, first you need to open a web browser. There are different ways to open a web browser depending on what device you are using, but they're all similar. Find the icon, which is a small picture, for the browser and select it. The browser will open and display a home page, from where you can access the internet. Opening the spreadsheet program. Next you need to sign into your online account and open the spreadsheet program. Go to the website for your online account and sign in. Some online accounts list the office programs on the website. You can select the spreadsheet icon to open the program. Some online accounts have an extra step. First you need to select a grid of squares in the top corner of the screen. Then select the spreadsheet icon to open the program. The scene layout. A spreadsheet program has three main areas. There are icons across the top. These help you to do different things to the words and numbers in your spreadsheet. The large grid is where you add information. This is where JC will enter the information about her budget. Across the top of the grid are letters, and down the left-hand side of the grid are numbers. These are used to help you know what information has been entered and where. A closer look at the grid. The grid is made up of small boxes. The small boxes are cells. Cells are where information in the spreadsheet will be shown. The letters across the top of the grid show the columns. Columns go from the top of the sheet to the bottom. The numbers along the side of the grid show the rows. The rows go from one side of the sheet to the other. Which cell is which? Every cell in the spreadsheet has its own letter and number. The cell in the top left-hand corner is in column A, row 1. This means the cell is A1. The cell next to this cell is in column B, row 1. This cell is B1. The cell below this cell is in column B, row 2. This cell is B2. Selecting cells. Looking at her spreadsheet, JC can see that cell A1 has a small box around it. This means that this cell is selected. Anything that she types will appear in this selected cell. Moving around the grid. You can change which cell is selected in different ways. You can move around using the arrow keys on the keyboard. You can use the mouse to move the pointer over the cell you want and select it with the left-hand mouse button. If you're using a touchscreen device, you can select a cell by tapping on it. Working with numbers in spreadsheets. JC has started her handwritten budget. It includes her monthly pay and a list of the bills she needs to pay each month. It also has money she received for her birthday. Next, you'll learn about adding text and numbers into a spreadsheet. You'll also find out how a spreadsheet can help save you time by doing sums for you. Giving the spreadsheet a name. JC is using an online spreadsheet. This means that her work will be automatically saved as she updates it. She needs to give her spreadsheet a name so that she can find it later. She selects the box in the top left of the screen that says Untitled Spreadsheet. She types in a name, monthly budget, and presses enter. She can open and update her budget at any time by opening it from her online account. Adding information. JC needs to put the information from her handwritten budget onto the spreadsheet. She is going to start by typing in the first two items from her handwritten budget into column A. First, she selects cell A1, types wages, then presses the enter key. Next, she types rent into cell A2. Then she types the amount of money for each item into column B. She was paid £1,125 this month, so she selects cell B1 and types 1125. Her first bill is for the rent, which is £125 a week. She types minus 125 into cell B4. Putting the minus symbol in front of the number for money going out is important. You'll learn more about this later. Changing numbers to money. When recording numbers from a budget, it can be helpful if they are shown as money. One way to do this is to select the cell with a number, then select the pound icon from the row of icons at the top of the screen. This icon is the currency icon. The number will change from 1125 to £1,125. You can select each number and change it this way, but this can take quite a long time if you have lots to change. There is a quick way to change all numbers in a column at once. Instead of selecting a single cell, select the letter at the top of the column. This selects all the cells in that column. Then select the currency icon. All the numbers in the column will change at once. The next time a number is typed into the column, it will automatically change to currency. Doing sums. When JC was doing her budget on paper, she had to use a calculator to work out the total every time. JC would enter 1125 minus 125 equals on her calculator. She can do the same thing using a spreadsheet by typing equals 1125 minus 125 into the cell where she wants the total to show. When she presses the enter key, the total shows in the cell. Making sums easier. Spreadsheets have a way for you to change the numbers you've entered, and it will work out the new total for you. This is called using a formula. Let's take a look at the sum JC has just used. JC's sum was 1125 minus 125. Instead of using numbers in her sum, JC can use the cells that those numbers are in. 1125 is the number in cell B1. JC could use B1 in the sum instead of 1125 and get the same result. If Jacey's wages change next month, she can update the amount in cell B1. The spreadsheet will work out the new total. Using a formula makes updating sums much simpler and quicker. Making columns wider. Jacey has added the rest of the items on her list. She notices that the text in cell A6 says mobile phone contract is wider than the column. She doesn't like how this looks. She can make the column wider so that all the text fits into the space. First, she moves the pointer arrow to the line between column A and column B. Next, she presses and holds the left mouse button, then drags the line to the right. She should stop holding down the mouse when she can see all the text in the column. Jacey wants to change the colour of the cells in her spreadsheet so that the money going out is shown in red. First, she selects the number 2 at the left of the second row. This selects all the cells in row 2. Next, she selects the icon of a letter A with a line below. It is from the row of icons at the top of the screen. This icon is the text colour icon. She selects the red box from the colour options. This changes the text in the selected cells from black to red. Her rent bill is now shown in red. Jacey does this for all the rows which show money going out. It's now even easier for her to see her outgoings and income. Now Jacey has lots more items on her spreadsheet. She needs to work out the new total. The last time she did a sum in this spreadsheet, she added 2 cells together using a formula. She could use the same method again, but she has a lot more items this time. It would take longer to type all the cells into the formula, and there's a chance she could make a mistake. There is a simpler way. Jacey selects the cell where she wants the total to show. She then selects the AutoSum icon from the row of icons at the top of the screen. AutoSum will add all the numbers together for her. This creates a formula that will add together a group of numbers. This formula is called sum. Next, she needs to tell the spreadsheet which cells to add together. She wants to add all the numbers that are in cells B1 to B7. Jacey selects cell B1, then keeping the mouse button pressed, drags down to select cell B7. She then lets go of the mouse button. Instead of selecting the cells with the mouse, she could have just typed B1, B7 into the formula. Finally, Jacey selects Enter, and the formula works out the total. Using AutoSum is a quick way to do sums that have a lot of numbers. The formula Jacey used had some things in it she hadn't seen before, so let's take a look at them in more detail. The word sum tells the spreadsheet to add things together. The brackets help the spreadsheet to do the maths in the correct order. The next bit tells the spreadsheet which cells to use in the sum. This sum uses cells B1 to B7. So the formula equals sum open bracket B1 to B7 close bracket is the same as B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 plus B6 plus B7. Jacey has selected the cell where she wants her total to go. Select the AutoSum button in the top right hand corner of the screen. The beginning of the formula starts by using sum and brackets. Type B1 to B7 into the cell and then press enter to complete the formula. Great, Jacey has added the cells together. JC wants to add dates to the bills in her budget. She decides to put this on the left so it's easy to see the dates at a glance. Next, you'll find out how to insert columns and rows and how to print spreadsheets so that they look good on paper. Inserting a column. JC needs to add a new column to the left of the spreadsheet. First, she selects the letter A at the top of the first column. This selects all of column A. Next, she selects the word Insert from the row of words at the top of the screen. This brings up a list of options. Then she selects the column left option from the list. This adds a blank column to the spreadsheet to the left of column A. The letters at the top of the columns are automatically updated. Any formulas in the spreadsheet are also updated. This means that the sum that JC just used earlier will still work. Now, JC can enter the dates against each item on her budget. Formatting dates. Spreadsheets can show dates in different ways. It's easy to change the format of all the dates at the same time. First, she selects the letter A at the top of the first column. This selects all of column A. Next, she selects the word Format from the row of the words at the top of the screen. Then she selects the date option from the list. This formats all the dates so that they show the day, month and year. This will help JC see exactly what she spent and when. Now that she's entered the dates, JC can see that she's forgotten to include an item from her budget. She hasn't included the cost of a bus ticket the day before her birthday. To start, she selects the number 6 on the left of the spreadsheet to select that row. Next, selects Insert and then selects Row below. JC types 2004-2019 into cell A7, then selects cell B7 or presses the right arrow. She types bus ticket, then selects cell C7 or presses the right arrow. Now she types -250 into the cell C7, then presses enter. Great, JC has added the bus ticket to her spreadsheet. Printing. If you want a paper copy of your spreadsheet, then you will need to print it out. First, select the word File from the list of words at the top of the screen. Then select the print option from the list. A preview window opens, showing you how the printed spreadsheet will look. Finally, select Print. Printing on one page. It can be nice to have a spreadsheet printed on a single sheet of paper, so it's easier to read. A large spreadsheet may be too big to fit onto a single sheet of paper. There is a way to solve this. The Print Preview window has an option to change the size of the spreadsheet on the page. This is called the Scale. Select the Scale option and select the Fit to Page option. When the spreadsheet is printed, it all fits onto one page. Closing the spreadsheet. JC is finished with her spreadsheet for now and is ready to close the program. JC is using an online spreadsheet program. Everything she does is automatically saved to her online account. This means that she doesn't need to save her work before she closes it. First, she signs out of her online account by selecting the icon of a person in the top right corner. Then she selects the sign out option. JC is returned to the sign in screen. From here she can close the browser or continue to use the internet. for listening. This video is part of the Make It Click support program delivered by Boost. To find out more or boost your digital skills, visit makeitclick.learnmyway.com. Boost is an employment, money advice and wellbeing project, helping residents of the London Borough of Barnet. You can discover more workshops or get help and advice from us by calling 0208 359 2442 or email us at boost@barnet.gov.uk or visit our website at boostbarnet.org.